Hello world, Keon Shy Guy here. As you know, I'm trying to get this channel off the ground, but unfortunately an unforeseen hurdle has come my way. Ladies and gentlemen, I am lazy. And unless you're an infant, it really doesn't help to be lazy. However, I've been noticing that a lot of reaction to the most recent Star Wars trailer has been flooding my YouTube feed, and nothing screams lazy like a reaction video, so let's get started. Now, a little bit of background about with my personal history regarding Star Wars. Um, it's important to me, to my family, mainly my dad and my brother, well, brothers and sisters, I guess at this point. It's just one of those bonding things. So we've always loved it, even the bad ones, even the bad times. But these recent times are particularly troubling with us because we're not fond of it. Like, we're actually unanimous about this. We're unanimous about what we dislike, but we're unanimous that we don't like the new trilogy, which is a shame because, again, big deal in our family. Actually bought this shirt before they bought Marvel, which is crazy. But peep that shit. Actually, no, I think I bought this before they bought Lucasfilm. I can't remember which. Disney's just buying everybody. But let's go on ahead with this presentation of surreal lazyisms. Now, disclaimer, this is not my first time watching this trailer. Nay, this is not even my first time trying to record this trailer. It's surprisingly a bitch to get a YouTube channel working. Who knew? So if I seem tired, exhausted, or annoyed, just know it's not you, it's me. I also wanted to start this trailer past and pre-Disney parts because I feel like they didn't earn the first half of the trailer. So we go back to the good times, right? Good times. Back when every character had their own desires, their own reason for doing things, and they all had their little character changes along the way. Ah, the way we grew with them. Look at that. We didn't see that coming. Leia losing interest in her brother and falling for the other guy. Black guy somehow being redeemed. Didn't see that shit. Now see, so let me slow this back down a little bit. This is one of the most badass moments to me in this entire Star Wars franchise. And it's not badass because you see a menacing looking dude whip out a dual ended lightsaber. It's badass because you know Darth Maul is about to do some badass things with it. He is a mysterious character at this point. Barely a character, to be honest with you. And somehow his presence is still menacing. Fortunately, the Clone Wars series gave him a little bit of expansion of his character, which was much needed, because, good lord, Lucas did not give this man the time he should have given him. Let us proceed. Taken. So, real quick, because I've seen this trailer multiple times, I'm going to break down this part real quick. Oh my god, stop. So, that's a lot of Star Destroyers in the sky. Their size seems to be kind of inconsistent, because these aren't tiny ships. Like, these are behemoths. And they're standing next to some really tall buildings on Coruscant, although to be fair, I don't know what the entirety of Coruscant looks like. But these particular buildings are of notable height, because you would think that these ships would be higher up. Not just height, but like the buildings gotta be thick too. And then there's Mace. Not sure why they're showing him now in the back of the Emperor's head. There was a lot of speculation and talk about Mace Windu making a return, him not actually dying when he fell off, which I guess off-screen deaths kind of could happen. I'm not buying it, but would be interesting where they took him. But then again, if he does come back, you gotta have a good ass excuse, man. You missed a lot. 60 years later? Come on, man. That moment. See, and leading up to The Force Awakens, I was super hyped. I was really hyped for this new trilogy. This helmet alone, I'm just like, okay, so They're paying homage to the original, but they're doing something fresh with it. I like it. I like it. I was actually kind of sad when he destroyed it in The Force Awakens. I mean, in The Last Jedi. That helmet, he's got it. Nobody knows how. We don't question it. Yeah, it's someone's fight. Sure as hell not sure whose it is, but... So this is... Credit where credit is due. This is like the first actual teaser that I've seen in a while. A lot of teasers nowadays are just full-blown trailers, and a lot of trailers are basically movie synopses. So even though this is titled as a trailer, it comes off more as a teaser. But we see them. They showed up to EDC 2020. Not sure if y'all got the announcement yet, but if y'all have VIP access to EDC, the 2020 show is actually being hosted on Jakku. Make sure you get your passports early. Always like that hyperspace effect, that exiting hyperdrive, and then stop. Like, that's always epic to me. Does it make sense in the world of physics? Hell no. Hell no. But it's still cool as hell. Alright. Nah. This part is weird. And I'm going to explain why it's weird in a way that maybe others haven't explained, hopefully. So let's scroll back a very tiny bit because this all happens really fast. So I'm not sure if y'all can't see my mouse, but look at the bottom, I guess, right hand of the screen. Maybe I'm picturing this. Maybe once the movie comes out, what is actually going on will be more clear. But to me, it looks like there's land underneath all of this, like they're floating above a planet. So if they're floating above a planet, then that means this fleet is in this planet's atmosphere. Now, peep this. Do you see any curvature on this fleet from this angle? Right? You don't see any curvature. So you would assume that they're all inhabiting one uniform horizontal plane. Right? And we get a look at it from another angle, and it still looks like they're all in the same plane. So this is why this is weird to me. Assuming that this is a planet and not in the, traditional sense, it's round because planets are round. They do that. Assuming this is a planet that's not extremely massive. Because these Star Destroyers, again, I'm not sure what their scale is, but I've always been led to believe that they're kind of freaking huge, especially since the Millennium Falcon was just chilling on a small part of one in one of the movies. So these things are kind of effing huge if you don't know the scale. The Millennium Falcon hid by clinging to a small section of one of these. So they're huge. So you see they're going into a straight line, right? No curvature means that this fleet isn't circling, right? They're just going straight off the edge of the planet. And every time I see that, that's all I'm picturing. Just a fleet of Star Destroyers right off the edge of a freaking planet. And the visual in my head just looks silly. I hope that's not the case. Clearly, this scene was set up to look imposing. But as is often the case with, trying to create a sense of dread in cinema, sometimes you push it too far. And it just goes straight into the cartoonish. Okay, so there's Finn. Maybe I'm tripping, maybe I'm dreaming, but it looks like he's growing some twisties in his hair. Got him some little baby dreadlocks. I don't know who that is next to him, but she is fine, and I'm loving her hair. Unfortunately, it looks like her hair is blocking a man in a helmet. Could be Poe, but there's other pilots, I would assume. But yeah, she's fine. There's so many weird moments in this trailer. Like, why did they decide to put the weirdest moments in this trailer? I hope these are the weirdest moments from the movie. Please don't get weirder than this. Now, we all know that C-3PO's arm in the first movie was actually given to him by a droid who sacrificed his life in order for Disney to sell more merchandise. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, there's no real reason for C-3PO's arm to be red in the first one. It was mainly just to sell new toys of him. Why they turned it back gold in the second one? I don't know. Why are his eyes looking like he just ate an entire bowl of edibles thinking they were Girl Scout cookies? Anyone's guess at this point. Again, I don't like to speculate. Does it look silly to me? Absolutely, but hopefully we'll get a payoff. I haven't gotten one yet, but you know, I'm an optimist. Okay, so that's not the Death Star, and that's not whatever the heck the Death Star clone in The Force Awakens was. Maybe it's gonna be the Death Star clone of the Death Star from. I know this one. Return of the Jedi? Yeah, Return of the Jedi. There we go. So, you know how they had like a secondary Death Star that they were just chilling on? I think this might be a backup planet-ending weapon, but we'll see. Again, no context, it's just visuals. Visuals. But it's cool that they brought back the Jedi training droid. It's been a while since we've seen it. I don't know where she got it from, but it's cool that we got it. Looks like her outfit. Has her outfit changed? I don't know. Have it? I gotta go through and look at her clothes. I mean, did she actually get trained by Luke in the Last Jedi? Did she even need to be trained by Luke? I still can't recall what exactly that storyline was all about. Because she's not a Jedi. I mean, she can't be. Same way Kylo can't be a Sith. But the movie hasn't really outright stated that. I'm going on pre-established principles. Who knows what this new trilogy is doing? That looks like a desert, and he walks straight into ocean world. Don't question it. We'll know more in the future. I hate their fighting style. Can we talk about that just real quick before we get to that part? Because I think that part is going to take me the longest. But so I know there's a lot of discussion and opinions of fighting styles throughout the Star Wars sagas, mainly the lightsaber battles. And every medium seems to have done their own things. If you watch the more animated mediums, lightsaber battles and actually force powers take on a whole nother dimension. Like they manipulate damn near everything. It's incredible to see, really, but kind of breaks the rules, which is fine from time to time. But I didn't like the fighting styles of the original trilogy more than the prequel trilogy. A lot of people didn't like the prequel fighting styles because they felt it was too acrobatic, almost circus-esque, but almost goofy in a way. Very floaty for sure, but always, I felt like the floatiness was the Force. Anything weird in the Star Wars universe could just be explained by the Force, by the way. Both of them are fighting very stiff, very bottom heavy, like they just planted their feet there and they're just gonna stay there no matter what. Like seriously, drop the cape, dude. You would look so much cooler without it. I don't understand this part. Doo-dah, doo-dah. So they packed a lot in the 3 seconds. Not sure if y'all caught it, but if you do go back and watch the trailer again, they had a Darth Vader breath when the scene turned off. I'm not sure what exactly that means because I thought the nostalgia period was over, and then they bring it back. Time will tell, hopefully. But I was extremely upset to hear that this was Rey, because when I first caught a glances of this, I thought it was like I was just seeing thumbnails everywhere. So I'm like, oh, my legit first thought was, hey, they're actually gonna follow up on the Knights of Ren, because they brought it up, very shortly in The Force Awakens. Snoke mentions it offhand. And I'm like, okay, cool. So these are Force users that aren't Sith because, again, assuming that this new trilogy is following the rules, which I doubt it is, but assuming there can really only be 2 Sith at a time. So if there's Knights of Ren, then they're not Sith. They're just dark Force users. For some reason, I thought Snoke's bodyguard entourage were the Knights of Ren, but it turned out that they weren't. And I guess it's a good thing because those dudes were taken out too easily. What else? So yeah, very disappointed not a Nidoran. Very disappointed we never followed up on a Nidoran. Hopefully JJ will pick it up. Since he wrote it anyway, shoot. And so that's my first issue. Second issue is I think everyone unanimously agrees that this is either a vision or a clone. Neither are great explanations. A vision would be more probable, but it would also be annoying because it's just like, dude, how hard are y'all trying to copy the OG trilogy? Like, first Luke had his evil vision while training, and now Ray's going to do the same thing. That's crazy. That's crazy. Come on now. Do something original. But it's problematic because everybody's jumping to those conclusions due to the fact that there's been no real inkling of Ray ever becoming evil. Like, she feels too pure. It's almost disgusting. Actually, it is kind of disgusting. Like, I don't feel for her at all. I can't relate to her at all. She's always been amazing. She just had to realize it. The power was in her all along. It's kind of why I hate Superman. Like, I don't fuck with Superman for the same reason. But and then reason number 3, and this is the most overt reason. Did y'all see how clunky that shit was? That was such a clunky, pointless. Like, why? Why? Like, I can understand if that's how you carry it when it's off, and then before you turn it on, you do the boom. But why? And it's weird too because it's like they showed this, and it makes you remember, oh wow, there is a badass dual wielding Sith out there, and then they're like, can we bring that back? And no, you can't just bring that back. They're just doing things to do it because they're like, hey, y'all like this, right? Well, here you go. It's like, dog, you gotta understand why we like it. I don't know. I think the best analogy, I'm gonna end this video here, but I think the best analogy I could think of in regards to the new trilogy is that think of a food that, you know, someone near and dear to you makes, like your grandma or something, and she makes this food item better than anyone else in the world in your eyes. Now, objectively speaking, it's not likely that she actually has the best recipe for whatever that food is you like, but it's special to you, and the reason it's special to you because she's special to you. I feel like Disney keeps trying to serve us this food with the best ingredients, but they're not mixing it right. They don't know exactly what made the end ingredient special. Hopefully with this last one they do, but I'm a little bummed out at this point. It sucks. Again, I'm still optimist, but I'm bummed out. But yeah, thank y'all for tuning in to my into the ramblings of a mad nerd. If you enjoy watching me do this, I do this live while playing video games every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 6 to 8-ish Eastern Standard Time. Twitch.tv/KeonShyGuy. Link in the description below, of course. And if you like this video, then go ahead and click that like. And if you didn't like it, go ahead and click dislike. But please, please, please leave me a comment. Thank y'all again. Have a good night. Or a good day. Quantum mechanics are weird.